It says showtime. It should go loud. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, what's up? I see we already got a few people in the chat. Matthew, Lou, and Big Bear. How y'all doing? Appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate y'all for coming out early. Oh shit, I didn't realize they had sent those messages earlier. I'll wait till they get back in. Oh shit, they're already here. All right, yeah, I got 12 folks in. All right, I'll wait till we get a few more folks in here, and I'll let y'all know how that just went. Let y'all know the outcome and where we go from here. What's up, Mini Trucker Charlie Cruz? How you doing, brother? Brother Lou, appreciate you as always for being here. Bomb.com, baby. What's up, Mr. Mike? Bionic Man, how you doing, brother? Alrighty. Erica, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Chester County News, Pure Blood, how you doing? Irish Revolver in Florida, how you doing, brother? Or sister, could be a sister. I call everybody brother. He's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, we got 64 people in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know the outcome of the trial. So, as stated yesterday, or maybe I didn't even state it yesterday. Ultimately, when I went into this appeal trial, I was facing 5 of the original 7 charges. 2 of them I was found not guilty on the bench trial in district court. So I started out with 5 charges: telephone misuse, repeat calls, disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace / disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and disobeying a reasonable lawful order. Through yesterday's trial, they ended up getting the resisting arrest charge dropped from the get go, from the jump. The state's witness or the second witness didn't show up, and he had the testimony regarding the resisting arrest charge. So they went ahead and dropped that from the jump. So I faced the 4 charges now: just telephone misuse, disobeying a reasonable lawful order, disorderly conduct, and disturbing the peace / disorderly conduct. That's how it's written in the statute. So they heard our opening arguments. They heard the testimony from the state's witness, who was Lieutenant Chadwick. Now, again, this is all revolving the very first incident I ever had where I had gone out with my GoPro. I know that I posted 2 or 3 videos early in my catalog where I had my phone in my hand and I was just out doing personal business. This was also personal business, but it was the first one with a GoPro, I'm pretty sure. So I was arrested this night for trying to acquire some information on why they had taken my tags and ultimately file a complaint on the officer who had taken my car in the first place. Again, this is the very first incident where I was out filming personal business and kind of the reason why I got into auditing. Realizing that shit like this was happening to people all over the place, doing research on how to stand up against this type of police department abuse led me to the First Amendment community and to all of you great folks and the squad members here today. So this is that incident. So we go forth on the 4 charges now. And they hear all the shit. Lieutenant Chadwick gets up there, gives his testimony. He sounds dumb as shit. He tries to say there's like 5 calls. I'm glad because I can talk about the details now. His dumb ass tried to say there was 5 calls, and the first one I made to his captain's voicemail, calling him a dickhead and an asshole and all this shit and da da da. When whole time all I wanted was to leave a voicemail to the captain. That was the last call I made, was to ask to leave a voicemail, and they told me I wasn't allowed to. So how are you gonna say I started out with that? So even when we played the video slow like 4 times for him, and we go through and go, okay, so that was one phone call and you hung up on him. So he calls right back 10 seconds later. I'm not sure. Okay, let's replay it. So again, this is the first phone call, and then so we get through it and literally get to the end of the 3rd call. Okay, so now we agree that was the end of the 3rd call. No, I think that was 4 calls. He just wouldn't say that it was 3 because it made his story from the get go and his testimony when the state asked him a fucking blatant lie already when he said that I called the captain's voicemail. And you see in the video that when I asked to have that at the end, I was told, no, you're not allowed to have that. So he sounded dumb as shit. So they hear all the testimony, blah, blah, blah. They take the jury out. and we filed some acquittal motions. Now, ultimately, all 4 of the acquittal motions were denied. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat right now. I'm just rambling, but I appreciate y'all over there. Miss Gloria, thanks for joining the squad. Appreciate you. Da 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 da. YouTubebomb.com, sweetheart. So, we filed the acquittal motions, and they're all ultimately denied. Now, she did entertain the telephone misuse one. We brought up all the different cases that Maryland's ruled upon for telephone misuse. It's like 37 calls in a single day, 2 calls a night for like I think 52 weeks or something like that had to be the length of period. They're all over time. None of them are 3 calls in a 45-second period or like a 3-minute period. The last call was like a 2 minutes later. Asking for service, asking to speak to a supervisor, trying to file a complaint, trying to do normal shit. So she like sat and looked at it for a little bit and ultimately ruled against us. So when I came back this morning, I was still facing all 4 charges. So she started out when she came out on the bench by saying she spent all night relooking at the case law, relooking at all of the cases Maryland's ruled upon, rewatching the video, really breaking down the phone calls that were made, the verbiage that was used, and she went ahead and reversed her decision from yesterday and acquitted me on the charge of telephone misuse for repeat calls. So eternally grateful to the judge for that, because at first, like I said, she ruled against us. She did not give us the acquittal motion, went home, did some research, came back, and ultimately granted us the acquittal motion. So now I'm only facing 3 charges of disobeying a reasonable lawful order, disorderly conduct, and disturbing the peace / disorderly conduct. Well, because they took away the telephone misuse charge, there is no reasonable lawful order, because the reasonable lawful order was to stop making phone calls or I was finna catch a charge, were his exact words. So because there is no telephone misuse, there is no reasonable lawful order. Boom, drop that, no pros that actually. Instead of acquitting it, they no pros it. It was weird anyway. I guess that gives them the ability to bring it back up in the future if they want to, but I know they're not going to because they have no grounds on it. Boom. So now I'm only facing 2 charges: disorderly conduct and disturbing the peace / disorderly conduct. And those were the ones that she was not going to even like hear the acquittals on. She agreed with it from the get-go. She said the judge tried to say that in the disturbing the peace one, you have to enter on the premise of another. That's how the law is written here in Maryland. You have to enter onto the premise of another and disturb the peace of that person. So in this case, I wasn't on the premise. When they asked me to leave, I left. The disorderly conduct they're talking about happened on the public sidewalk. Now, the judge tried to say that from her time as like a state delegate or whatever, that she knows that the public sidewalks down here and the brick sidewalks that are in Annapolis, because we still have cobblestone bricks, she tried to say that those are state property, that because they're under the jurisdiction of the Capitol Police and because they handle the buildings within that area, that it all of a sudden makes them state property and property of the DGS police. And like I just shook my head, and she's like, you can disagree all you want. Like, kind of got mad at me, and I'm like, well, respectfully, I do disagree. Like, the GIS survey says it's a public sidewalk. It's a public sidewalk. Even the state agreed that it was public. Lieutenant Chadwick's testimony in the district court trial said it was public, but for whatever reason, she was like, no, it's state property, so I'm not going to grant you the acquittal. So point being, we come in today, we give our closing argument, again, after they drop the first 2 charges. We give our closing argument. Or I'm sorry, the state gives their closing argument, we give our closing argument, and then the state went again. And when the state got back up, all they did, they sounded dumb throughout their whole fucking argument. They got back up there and played the video from the beginning to the point where I walked off the property. And it's like, that didn't do anything for your argument. Everything you're trying to argue now, the 2 charges happened off property. So, like, in reality, you should have started the video there and played the rest of it. So they sounded dumb. The jury went back and deliberated, and it only took them an hour to deliberate, which I was kind of worried about. So ultimately, the jury came back, and on the 2 counts of disorderly conduct and disturbing the peace / disorderly conduct, I was found not guilty. So ultimately, we won the case. went in there, shit all over the state's case, all over their evidence, all over their motive, everything they had to say and everything they had to stand on. It felt great to give a big old fuck you to Lieutenant Chadwick and the Maryland Capitol Police and let them know that I'm hoping people are freaking out of it. Yeah, I wasn't even looking at, yeah, let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah, we won that shit. Went in there, got acquitted on 2 of the charges, got one of them dropped from the get go, and then was found not guilty on the other 2 charges. So it sucked that from the bench trial in district court, I had to serve a 60-day sentence, which ultimately accumulated to a 30-day house arrest sentence. That sucked, but nothing else. Boom. None of that bullshit they were talking about, like 2 years of probation. They were trying to give me plea deals for this and that. The charge they tried to give me a plea deal for, I ended up getting acquitted on. So it's like I definitely wasn't taking that shit. And like I said, man, win, lose, or draw, we saw this shit all the way through to the end, and we won it, squad. We won it. This is a huge win, not only for myself, but for the people of Maryland when it comes to future cases like this regarding telephone misuse and disorderly conduct and shit. But it's also a giant win for the 1A community because fuck these people trying to oppress our rights, trying to hinder our rights, and just trying to be dickheads and bullies. That's what this ultimately came down to. This officer had no reason to even come out there and put himself into this situation. He knew it was about him. He knew that I was filing a complaint on him because I had gone down there and gotten the complaint form a few days before from his lieutenant or his captain, and he just wanted to be a dickhead. That's why he tried to kick me out of there and threatened to arrest me for trespassing, so I couldn't deliver the complaint. To this day, this happened in December 15th of 2021. Here we are, June 22nd of 2023. I have still not been able to deliver that complaint properly because he's a dickhead. As most of you remember, I was actually arrested by the same police department after this incident. On January 21st, when I went back to deliver the complaints that I was arrested for trying to deliver the first time, they arrested me again. But when I went to trial on those charges, they ultimately dropped it from the get go. They chose not to prosecute me in that. They dropped it noli prosequi from the jump. So I only had the original first arrest, and we just beat those charges. So fuck them. Fuck the Capitol Police. I'm not going to speak ill of the state. I don't think it's the state's fault. I think some people in the state's attorney's office are butt heads, and uh, I think it was a little ridiculous that they went out of their way to do all of this for something that was blatantly caused by an overreaction on the police department's side. But yeah, like they're not all dickheads. But fuck that police department. Fuck Chadwick. Fuck that. I keep cursing. I shouldn't say that. That was the biggest thing in the video. Like I had said the word faggot a couple times. I told him to suck my dick and suck my nuts. Like I was cursing left and right, and I shouldn't have done that. Right now, I'm super happy and excited, and I just want to say f him, but I shouldn't curse that much. So we'll try and tone it down a little bit, but definitely FTP right here, Lieutenant Chadwick. So again, this was the reason I started auditing and going out and filming different police departments and seeing how they interacted with the public and seeing if other police departments were treating the citizens the same way that these assholes were. And as I found, some have been and some haven't been. There are good officers. There's bad officers. Thank you, Rustus Landon. Appreciate you, brother. Huge win for the community. Glad I saw it all the way through. There were a few different times where I was advised to either take a plea deal or try and get my cases consolidated all down into circuit court. I chose not to. I chose to take all the last remaining 3 to jury trials, and this was number 1. So the first trial of 3 went my way. Hopefully the other 2 go my way. It's the Calvert County stuff, and then the issue with Annapolis City that happened at the City Hall where they try to charge me for burglary because I stepped into a doorway that was open and I was told to stand inside of by the police. So yeah. Anyway, they're fucking retarded. They charged me for trespassing on a public agency and a private agency at the same time. So I'm not too worried about that case. And the Calvert County shit, I'm definitely not too worried about. I just hope the court-appointed lawyer I have down there isn't drawing crystals and shitting a brick this time. But she seems kind of on the ball for the jury trial, so I will trust her judgment and hopefully just pray for better days. But yeah, y'all, it felt so good, man. It felt so good to hear that not guilty read out twice. I think the judge was a little upset by it. I know she didn't like my language. I think she thought what I did constituted as disturbing the peace or disorderly conduct, but I was nice to every single other person out there. Everybody walking by on the street, how you doing? How's your day going? Do you guys work here? Are you supervisors? No. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Didn't mean to bother you. Man, would you like help with your bag? Uh, hey, can I join the Secret Santa program? Like, I was just cool from the get go. They were pretty cool up until Lieutenant Chadwick came out, and then they were straight douchebags. But yep, on that shit, you guys. It felt great. Oh my god. Let me tell you, a 2-day trial, and it felt great to come out on top. Woo. All right, let me read some of this chat. My bad. I've been over here not paying attention to the chat. Appreciate your brother Lou as always, supporting the donations to your boy and his channel. Appreciate your brother Lou. Hopefully, when I get my cameras back after the Calvert County trial, I'll be able to go out and make some more videos for y'all. But yeah, that's why I have not been able to make any videos and post them. I had gotten my camera broken by the dumbass jail guy, got a new one. Then had him broken by the guy at the sorry if I was regular at the voting place, and got new ones, and then ultimately got them taken by Calvert County. So I'm not ready to buy a third set of cameras, or technically a fourth if you consider my first one. So I'm not ready to do that. I'll just wait till I get it back from this trial. But yeah, dude, felt great. Still raining outside. Yeah, it felt still pouring. It felt great, you guys. I tell you, it was a phenomenal feeling. Appreciate everybody in the chat right now. Miss you, brother. Glad all is well. How's your brother? Brother's doing good. He's doing good. I think he's working out of state right now, doing some stuff, but he's doing good, being a good dad, just trying to do the adult shit, live his life. Appreciate you, Rustus, for joining, being a new member. YouTheBomb.com, brother. Hey, guess what up, buddy? What up, Big Kyle? How you doing, Antonio, Dana, Judd, Eric P, Troll Honor the Trolls? How y'all doing? Blue's always here. Seth Hamilton, y'all thebomb.com. Miss Claudette, My City Audit, you the bomb too. Linda Devers, tag. I appreciate all y'all. RVA Patriot. Oh shit. RVA, you texted me last night and I went to text you back and then I fell asleep while eating food because I was just exhausted and I forgot to text you back, brother. So apologize. You around thebomb.com and love y'all too. Angry Vet, what's going on, brother? Who's Tat? Who is Tat? Oh, troll auditing the troll. Oh, okay, makes sense now. Yeah, I didn't know who they were talking about Tat the other day. Somebody replied to one of your comments, the angry vet, and they were talking about you crying to Tat about something. And I'm like, first off, you don't go crying to nobody. Second off, who the hell is Tat? Third off, leave my mans alone before I come over there and swift kick you in the nuts. I'm pretty sure it was Frauditor Troll on his burner account. I don't believe so. I'm not sure. I think YouTube does a thing where it's like a 99 cent thing. You can like join the channel for 99 cents or something like that, but I'm not quite sure. I had like set all that up in the beginning and like put some little like double A acronyms down there as like badges, but I have not fucked with that forever. I have no idea, honestly. So people that do join that for whatever it is or however much it costs, appreciate you guys. Y'all thebomb.com. Rustus, as always, appreciate you. when cops roll up, or is it like second? Honestly, it's almost like second nature, dude. I had like even before doing audits, I had been that guy to like stand up to police in public when they were acting like assholes. So it almost came as like second nature. Most of the trouble I gotten in before all of this, like even like previous times that I got in trouble, all usually stemmed from scenarios where it started out with me like standing up to some ignorant police officer for something. And then they would either like follow me and pull me over and try to fuck with me, or they would just like fuck with me on the street or wherever I was at because I stood up to them. So like I'd say like 50% of it was that, 60% of it was me standing up to them or saying something, uh, speaking up, and then putting myself into a situation that I really had nothing and no reason to be in. But that's just the kind of person I am. I can't see that shit not say something. Kills me. Overall, yeah, you're protecting the citizens by standing up. Absolutely, absolutely, we are. Yeah, yeah, no, no, Tad, it wasn't you. It was fraud or troll. He was saying the angry vet comes crying to you about everything when people are mean to him, or it was something like that. And I didn't know who Tat was. Now it makes sense. But yeah, no, it wasn't you, brother. You good. You good peoples. The next two cities go. You plan some sort of lawsuit to take it to the ground. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I can't really speak too much on that. Especially since the state's dumbass is always, yeah, Miss Cassie, not guilty on all charges. Not guilty. We're killing it. But yeah, I don't like to give too much information as far as like future moves that are being made right now in the background in the woodworks, because I know the state has people watching my videos. Every time I do something, they're like automatically on it. I know DGS police watches this shit because I went live one day and within 20 seconds I got around the corner, all the DGS police officers had already started moving elsewhere and were like running away because I was on live coming around. And I'm like, yo, motherfuckers sit on my shit. So to the DGS police officer in the audience right now, suck this dick. Literally, fuck you, Lieutenant Chadwick. Sorry, I'm gonna stop cursing now. But yeah, they do that, man. There was no outcome on the voter assault situation. They refused to press charges against him because they're assholes. Yeah, literally. Like they could be out there solving real crimes, but instead they're sitting at home watching YouTube. It's funny. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Doesn't sound gay at all. Appreciate you. That's how I felt. It was a big F you to Lieutenant Chadwick. That's what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with that. Appreciate you. Oh man. Yeah, man. I'm like exhausted right now, so I'm probably gonna go here in a minute, or like probably next like 4 or 5. But I just want to come on, let y'all know the verdict, let y'all know how happy we were that the judge came back and oh, I know I was straight up assaulted. They're dickheads. That the judge came back and reversed her decision on the acquittal. So I only had to go up on 3 of the 4 charges after this morning, and then they ultimately had dropped another one, so I only had to go up on 2, and then I was found not guilty on the 2 remaining charges. So that felt great. Y'all have no idea. I said that 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more. It felt great. What do you mean innocent, not guilty? Okay, I was found not guilty. That means I'm innocent. What? Like it doesn't mean I'm guilty. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. It was really cool of her to go home and do research and like think about it and uh ultimately correct herself in the court's decision by coming back in and allowing the acquittal motion. So that was awesome. or granting the acquittal motion, I should say. That was really awesome. But yeah, angryvetsabomb.com. Angryvet is the bomb.com. Who's balls deep in auditing at the moment? Rustus, my brother. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Yes, absolutely. Peace out, Angry Vet. Appreciate you, brother. RustusUnibomb.com, my guy. I know I'm gonna go. I want to stay on for like 5 more minutes so I get off at an even 1 o'clock and make it like even 30 minutes, but I might not make it that long, to be honest with y'all. Lieutenant Chadwick is with the Maryland Capitol Police Department of General Services. So I know that like it's a long ass one. So it's Maryland Capitol Police DGS, which stands for Department of General Services. They do like the district courts down here in Annapolis. They do a lot of the district courts in Maryland, not the circuit courts. The circuit courts are usually handled by the sheriffs in whatever county or jurisdiction it is. But the Capitol Police will do the district courts. They also do like the state house, the Senate building, like the comptroller building. They provide security for these different ones and patrol them. So like if you go into the state house, it's not Watkins security or top flight security of the world, Craig. It's Maryland Capitol Police in there. It's weird. They're just like its own little entity. They have offices, I think, here, and the headquarters is in Baltimore. So I guess they go from here to the other different areas. But yeah, they're just fucking assholes, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Bob.com super sticker. How do I see a super sticker? Oh, it'll be in the chat on YouTube. I'll be able to see it there. But yeah, y'all the bomb.com, man. I appreciate everybody. I'm gonna go get some rest. It's raining out here. Hopefully washes away all this damn pollen so I can breathe because the last like 3 days has just been a fucking travesty. And y'all the bomb.com. As I say always, I love you guys, man. Y'all be safe out there. Thank you, squad. Appreciate y'all. We won this one for the people, man. Shout out for every auditor, the people of Maryland, all the squad members, and everybody that has shown any support, whether it be good or bad. It has helped propel me forward and to get to this verdict of not guilty. So suck my dick, Chadwick. All right, love y'all. Y'all be safe out there.